Know your obligations, those that are very basic but often overlooked and sometimes are not clear. Because, with all due respect, Microsoft didn't do a good job explaining to supplier providers their obligation. First of all, you are responsible for every piece of Microsoft software by default. You need to have in mind that if anything is in your data center, whether that's even colocation, whether that's your end customer's hardware, without evidence, without specific protections in place, everything that is in your data centers is your responsibility. There's Windows Server, there's SQL Server, there's Office, there's remote access to Office. You're responsible unless you put protections in place. We get it all the time. Say a client receives an audit letter, and I would put about probably 80 to 90% of the conversations with the client. The phrases that we hear are, oh, we only support operating systems. Nobody cares. I'm sorry, I'll be blunt. Nobody cares that you're only supporting operating systems. Whatever is in those virtual machines, unless you have specific protections in place, you're responsible for it. I highlighted access licenses. Why? The average across all the audits. 80% of the penalties are not in operating systems. They're not even in SQL Server. They're in SaaS, subscriber access licenses.
So you're saying that as a provider, I'm fully responsible. But what if there are specific workloads of customers that I don't have access to? I'm restricted to access those workloads, those servers. Am I still responsible for what's being installed on them?
That's one of the cases when you need to put protections in place. Quite often, providers have government clients, and no government client, especially in military or security or intelligence, will let you onto their virtual machines. Let's look at how a provider's business is structured. So you don't only have end customers, that would be easy. You may, and many of our clients do, you may also have resellers that resell your services, your partners that resell your services. It's normal to have a channel. And as I said, almost every client of ours has some sort of a software reseller partner. And then you also have other providers that may use your services, and they may also have their resellers and their end customers. All these workloads may end up in your data centers. The first thing you need to put in place is the end user license terms, EULT. It's an additional form that you get in your SPLA agreement folder. There are lots of other PDFs, signature forms, amendments, addendums. EULT is a part of that package. You are required to have it as a part of all your contracts. It must be also included in all your reseller contracts. If you have software services resellers, you're actually required to require them to put that into their contracts with the end customers. Essentially, you are the licensee as a provider. You are licensed by Microsoft to use Microsoft software to provide so-called software services. And when you allow your end clients to access it, you sub-license those licenses to them. They don't really get licenses per se, but they agree to the end user license term. We used to see a lot of cases when providers didn't include those licensing terms in their contracts, and therefore they opened themselves to being responsible for what the end clients deployed on the service without even them knowing that they're doing that. This document basically gives you legal protection. It is supposed to explain to the end customers that if they do something nasty, they will be responsible.
I think this is the first domino that falls in compliance. The majority, I would say over 50% of our clients don't put EULT into place. Ultimately, that is where the compliance issues start to build up. You need to go back to your business tomorrow morning to start verifying, have you put the end user license terms in place? Is it in place where it needs to be? Who follows up on it? Where are those documents actually filed? And have you done your internal due diligence?
Thanks, Daryl. Yeah. And one of the frequently asked questions is, we are a public provider. We have a web page. People come to the web page. They order all the virtual machines from there. We don't really interact with our clients. They order everything online. In that case, do what Amazon does. Publish your contract templates, publish your end user license terms, publish user-friendly explanatory pages about licensing on the web. Make it a part of your public offer. Make sure these licensing terms are online. And any customer that procures anything online with a credit card from you ticks the box. Yes, I accept. I agree to comply. And that's your protection. Then what Microsoft say about you being responsible is if you made all the efforts in good faith, they formulate it in a way you need to help Microsoft resolve issues they suspect with compliance of your end clients. It stops being your responsibility.